Hello everyone, my name is Anishana and you are watching Kubernetes web series. Today we are talking about CKAD part 5 in which I club other topics and make it one only. Today we are going to cover command and argument. After that deployment env that is already covered, but today we will create a deployment kubectl command. In the exam point of view, it would be good that we can use kubectl command line to generate the YAML file, update max search and max unavailable, and in the last cron job. So let's proceed with very first one, that is command and argument. When you create a pod, you can define a command and argument for container that run in the pod, right? Command field in the configuration file is to define the command. Same as it is argument field in configuration file is define the command argument. Use args. After that, not allowed to change the command and arguments once the pod is created. If you want to modify the commands and argument, then you have to delete the pod and then create it again. The command field corresponding to entry point in some container runtime. If you have gone through my Docker web series where I explained the entry point, this is the same thing it does for pod. After that, the command and argument that we define in the configuration file is override the default commands and argument provided by container image. When we create the image from Docker file, there we define entry points, right, and CMD. If you want to override, you can use command and argument option at pod level. If you define args, it means argument, but do not define a command. The default command in container image is used with your new argument. Fair enough, you can use the image command also. Let's move forward here. Just for your information that this is my pod definition, and here I used container section and name of the container is this one, image is Debian, and command and arg it is like this. When we log in inside the container, if we print env, it will print this hostname and Kubernetes pod. This is how we can define command and arguments in the container section. Let's take an example. In CKAD exam, you will often observe that you need to use some context. For that reason, I use this one here. Now the question here is, anytime a team needs to run a container on Kubernetes, they will need to define a pod within which to run container. Please complete the following tasks. The first one is create a pod manifest file. This is my YAML file in YAML format with the name of pod is app1. Let run the container name green. It means that container name you need to modify here green using this image nginx with these command line argument. Okay. After that, create a pod from the above YAML file created in the previous step. In the third task is when the pod is running, redirect summary data of pod into one file in JSON format using kubectl command. As we know that we use kubectl minus o YAML as a YAML format, but if we use minus o JSON, it will print the JSON format. That's it. Examiner want to know that are you aware about this JSON format or not? All the files are already created well in advance for you. That's it. In this question, first we need to create a pod YAML file. The name of the pod is this, container name is this, green image using this one, and argument is here. Here we can use command bin echo that will print this argument. Let's proceed the lab. It will not take more than 2 or 3 minutes maximum. I have already logged in into my GitHub page. Here you need to click on CKAD. This question belongs to CKAD, so I just put it here. Deployment and troubleshoot, fifth option, and click on full lab. And here I have already created one file where you can see the answers. If you don't want to perform the lab, click here. Let's first create the lab. Here I'm using 1.25.4 here. Okay, let's move forward here. Same question that we observed. First thing first is use the right context as per the CKAD exam. context. After that, create a pod from the run command and redirect the output into one file that we can use here. Let me show you here what we are doing here. As we know that we can create a pod using run. Thus I use run here, kubectl run. App1 is the my pod name and the container name is green and nginx name is this one minus o yaml hyphen hyphen dry run equal to client and then redirect into one file. This is what it is mentioned in the question where data pod.yaml file. Paste it over here. Open the Kubernetes web IO page and search for command and argument here. Okay. I'm not aware about this command and argument section. Obviously in the exam section, it's too much that I need to learn. Let's go here with command and argument. Click on the first one, open in a new tab. If you scroll down, you will observe that command and argument section is here. You just need to copy here like this one. Copy the file where data and here I need to append with the indentation of container section, right? This one. It has not mentioned that I need to use bin echo, but I assume that in the container that will be present in the exam, there is defined some command echo bin. I'm not sure what about this. So in exam, you will observe only one argument, or maybe you will ask to create a command also. This is just an example here. Bin echo minus capital R hyphen hyphen test green hyphen hyphen test green. Okay, just save it and go here. This is what I have modified here. And name is green also. I forget it. Let me add here. Container name is green. Image is this. Port name is this. That's it. Save and close. Hit the file. You can check if this port is running or not. It is crash loop. Why it is in crash loop? Let's take an example here. Now it is says completed. It means that my command is executed well. How I can check? kubectl logs pod app1 minus R7 test green. It means that my pod is completed well. After that, the second task is also completed here. Let me show you here. Second task is create the pod from the above YAML file that is create. Now when the pod is running, redirect the summary of data into one file in JSON format. What we can do here, kubectl get pods and the pod name is app1 here minus o JSON. Let me clear the window here and this is the YAML output here where I need to use where data and the file name is out1. A file is already created in the exam when I created the lab. So at that time I also created the file for you, empty file. Now the postx is always required here. So where data out1, this is my file. It's look good. Let's move forward here. This option is also done. All the files are already created. So it means that I completed this question successfully. If this is the case for you, it means that you have done. In the lab section, I have also mentioned that it will contain a starting, running, completed, crash, loop, back off, and then completed. And if I check the command kubectl logs, I should see this output. And this is the case for me. Let's proceed for the second question. Use the context this one. Create the new deployment for running nginx with the following parameters. Run the deployment in KDP namespace. The namespace is already created. Name of the deployment might deploy and configure with 3 replica. Oh, it's okay. Configure the pod with the container image is this one. It's also okay. Set the environment variable nginx port and also expose the port for container above. The right first thing is that I need to use this context here. Okay, done. The second thing is that in the exam, it would be good to use kubectl command to generate the object YAML file and modify the parameter as per exam questions. Let me save here. Check what I have written here. kubectl minus n kdp. This is the namespace. It is mentioned in the question here. Let's move above. This is the namespace here, and the name of deployment is my deploy. Create deployment, and the name of deployment is this hyphen hyphen replica equal to 3 hyphen hyphen image. This is what it is mentioned here. Nginx 124.0 hyphen hyphen port number 8080. This is what it is requested 8080, and expose that port for the container above. Okay. Minus o YAML file and hyphen f try run equal to client, and then redirect into one file. That's it. And now if I use this one, now I need to add only one thing, that is the rest point is nginx port number. I'm not sure how to write this thing. Environmental variable. Just copy this one here. In exam, you can copy. If you click on Control Shift and copy, it will copy. Okay. And after that, search it here. Deployment and space and environment variable. Look for the right tab here. You scroll down. You will observe env, and this is environment variable inside this container section. Same copy, and you need to add here in the container section, right? Let me paste it over here. Always remember the indentation. It is very important. Otherwise, you will observe some error message. This is what env is beneath the image, and name is and value is here. Now modify as per exam's requirement. Name is this one, and value is 8080. That's it. Save. Kubectl apply minus f my deploy. You can also check kubectl minus n, and the namespace is kdp 0024 get deploy. All three ports are running inside this here. Also, we can check ports, and for the post checks, what we can do here, kubectl minus n kdp exec minus it, and one port name hyphen hyphen print env, and then grab nginx, or maybe you can use ng minus I. You should see nginx version is 1.24, and the port number is this nginx port. This is what we have added here. If this is the case, then you have completed this question successfully. This is what I have mentioned here. If you use minus I here, so it will ignore, means capital or small, it will print. Let's move forward for the third question, that is, again you need to use this context here. As per the Kubernetes application developer, you will often observe that sometimes you need to update the running application. Obviously, right? Update the web deployment which is running inside this namespace with max surge value as 10% and max available as 5%. It's okay. Perform the rolling update. Okay. First, we need to edit the deployment, running deployment, right? Inside, which is running inside this namespace here. First thing first, I should use this context. Let me clear the window here and check if this deployment web, and here rolling update of web deployment. It means that my deployment name is web here. If I execute this command get deployment web, I should see one web is deployment is running, and inside this only one pod is running here. It says that we need to modify max surge. It would be good. Current max surge value. If I use max, here I just use minus o YAML file and then grab max. I'm observing max serve and max unavailable, which is 25 and 25. Now, as per the question requirement, what I need to do here, it should be 10 and 5%. Okay. Now, after that, I need to rule update. It means I need to upgrade this deployment with the nginx image, that is current is 1.24.0 and I need to upgrade to 124.1. This is a small version that you can observe here, but in an exam you will find a big difference. But anyway, we need to upgrade, that's it. And after that, roll back to the previous deployment. So it means that yes, we can update this max surge value to 10 and max available is 5. The syntax we can use here is edit option here. This is what I have written here. Edit deployment and web. The deployment name is web here. Click here. Search for max, but you will observe here it should be 10. The other one is 5 here. Let me cross check here, but it should be 10 and 5 only. It's good. The output says edited. It means that what we commit, it is successfully committed here. Let me go back here and check if this is the case. Yes, now the both value is updated here. That's it, what we need to perform here. Now, after that, what it asks us to upgrade this one. And when we need to, set the nginx value, the syntax is set. This is what I have written here. Let's proceed for the task 2 and deployment minus o YAML file and then grab image here. Let's check the image here. It is 1.24.0 and we need to update to 1 here. No issue. Now update the image and this is the syntax that we can use here. Kubectl set image and then container name. Okay. What we can do here, how can I check the container name? Just print name. I should see the container name is nginx here. If you are not aware about this, if you are not comfortable, you can remove all these stuffs here, hit enter, and if you scroll up, you will observe the deployment name is web here. If you scroll down at the spec section, container and the name is nginx here. Okay, let me clear the window here. And the command is this one, kubectl minus n namespace set. What we need to set image and the deployment name is web. This is my container name and this is my nginx and its version colon 1.24.1. That's it. In CK exam, it will ask you to record. If it asks you to record, so hyphen hyphen record, that's it. But it is not mentioned in the question, so I'm not using this one. Now we can check the history. We can check the postx is always required here, right? For that rollout history, I should see 1 and 2 here. We can also check the image version here. The last time I used image here. Now I should see 1.24.1. It means that I upgraded this deployment successfully. After that, what it says, postx is good. Now proceed for our task, that is roll back this upgrade. The command syntax is fairly simple. Roll back, undo. We do undo many times, and after that deployment and deployment name. That's it. Let's do the postx. It is always required here. Rollout history. I see 2 and 3 here. Let's go here. That's it. That's it for this question. It's very simple, but yes, you know from where you can get this information. If you know these things, it will be really very easy. Let's proceed for the next question, that is use again one context. Scoring developer occasionally need, let me maximize this here. Developer occasionally need to submit pod that run periodically. Okay. Create a manifest file. Okay. We need to create one manifest file in YAML format. Okay. YAML that run the shell command uname in single busybox container. It means container name should be busybox and single. It means there will be only one container. The command should run every minute. Okay. And must complete within 28 seconds and terminate by the Kubernetes. Obviously, this command is executed within 1 second, to be very honest. The cron job and container. Oh my god, cron job. It means that we need to create a cron job. Name and container name should be hello cron. Okay, container name is hello cron here. Create the cron job from the above manifest file. Solution. If you are not aware about the cron job syntax, then you can use help command. Copy the first command. Okay, let's use clear the window here. Kubectl create cron job minus H is for help. Hit enter. If you scroll up slowly, you will observe this command. Create a cron. Clear the window here. Press enter. Now, what we are going to do here, kubectl create cron job and the job name should be, it is mentioned in the question. Hello, cron. Container name is this one. And busybox, it is asked us to for busybox. This is what it is written here. It's good. I'm very lucky guy. And every minute, it says every minute. And the last part is to create confusion for you. That's it. Leave it this point here. The first section is always for a minute. If it says every 5 minutes, then put it here 5. If it says every 1 minute, it you can use -1 here. That's it. And if it says minus and namespace, if it's mentioned in the question namespace, then put it here namespace. That's it. Hit enter. But in the exam, it will ask you to create the YAML file. Control C, kubectl, delete, cron job, hello, cron. That's it. -o, YAML, and -dry run equal to client. Now check this file. This is the file here. It's good. Kubectl create -f and file name is this one. You can also check kubectl get cron job and the job name is hello cron. This is what it is working. Hello cron every 1 minute. Okay, so you can use kubectl get pod. This is what we have done here. Again, we need to use one context here. Use this one. Otherwise, you will forget it. A deployment is failing on the cluster due to incorrect image being specified. You need to locate the deployment and fix this issue. It says deployment here. Let's check the deployment. Kubectl get deployment -a is for all namespace. This is what I have written here. This is the issue. 0/1, it's ready. It's failed, right? 0 available, it says. It means that this is my deployment that need to take care of that. And it says that image is being specified. Incorrect image is specified here. What we can do here, and it is in default namespace. Fair enough. Kubectl get deployment. And name of the deployment is this -o YAML and then grab image -I image ICOK NGINX is missing here. What we can do here, close this one, Control A and then edit. Go here and search for image. This is the image here, NGINX. That's it. Let's execute this command again here. Now it is ready straight. That's it. It's very simple here. This is what I did here. Or what you can do here, maybe if you want to take some precautions in exam times, what you can do here, kubectl get deployment and the deployment is failed -o YAML and redirect into one file with this name here .yaml. And after that you can edit this file here. If it's not working or something, you can take the backup from this file here. Okay. I believe that this is the last question. Use context is this one. Let me copy and this context. Very first thing, an application is failing due to liveness probe. Okay. If it can be run in below namespace. Okay. Tasks need to be performed. Identify the broken pod and write its name and namespace to this file. It's fair enough. And the namespace and pod name like this one. Namespace and then pod name here without double quote here. Copy the events into one file with -o wide option. It's okay. Fix the issue. Use the right context. I have already used the right context here. I believe that yes, but I don't think so there is any issue. If I execute this command again here, no issue. Let's check the pod here. What I have written here that I can use minus a is for all namespace. E grep, these are the four namespace. E, it's not grep, it's e grep, extended grep. If I print here, I see only one pod. In exam, you may observe multiple pods, but you look for crash loop back off pod, which is not working here. This is what it is written here, that it is failed due to liveness probe. Application is failing due to liveness probe. This is what it is mentioned here. What we need to add here in this file, copy here and paste it over here. Control A, echo, double quote here. First, I need to write the namespace and then pod name. And now my pod name is liveness http. That's it. Post check is always required here where data broken. It's look good. Let's proceed for the second task. Copy the events into this file here with minus O option here. It's also okay. kubectl minus n dev get events and then event name. And it says minus O void. These are the events. Look good. And I need to redirect into one file that is error.txt here. Let's open this file here and I should see the similar output. Yes, this is the case. It means that I redirect the events into one file. From this task, examiner may want to check that are you aware about this events or not option. Third task is we need to resolve this issue, redirect the manifest file into one file here. It's always good. So minus n namespace get pod and then pod name minus o YAML file. That's it. And delete the existing pod. No issue. We have the YAML file here. Issue is only with the liveness probe. This is what it is mentioned in the question. Thus, check the liveness.yaml file and look for liveness. This is my liveness section here that you can choose, select here and put it here health jet, health jet. Update this line only to health jet. That's it. Save. Now kubectl apply minus f and this YAML file name. It is created. Post check is always required here minus n w. Now it is running here. That's it. Tell you that this liveness probe is working fine. This is the reason it is showing running and before it was showing something in bad state. 0 crash to back off. Now it is showing running. It means it is good. This is what it is required here. And in the end, you can also clear the lab. This is what I have done for you. If you right click here, I have done our part. Clear the lab. That's it. If you like the way I'm teaching, please like and subscribe to my channel and also mention in the comment if you observe some error message or something. I will try to help you. Namaste. Thank you. Bye bye.